Thank you for joining me in the Just Talk with Rachel Negati. And today I would like us to talk about a subject which normally is not given sufficient time and attention. And this is about worry. Are you experiencing a roller coaster of negative thoughts? Are you finding it difficult to sleep? Are you always expecting the worst from every situation? Then you might be experiencing worry. The question is, what is worry? And is there the difference between good worry and bad worry? Let's listen into this conversation and see exactly what worry is and also what we can do to protect ourselves from excessive worry. What we need to appreciate is that worry is a normal experience. We worry about our bills. We worry when you are going for a job interview. You worry when you need to move homes. However, when the excessive negative thoughts become unbearable, that then can cause a concern because you will start experiencing lack of sleep. You might even start being angry with people around you who've got nothing to do with situations which are causing you worry. You might even resort to negative, destructive behaviors such as binge TV watching, excessive use of alcohol, resorting to drugs, self-medication. All these things might seem to be helping you at that point in time, though they are in actual fact causing more damage. What we need then to appreciate is we need to understand that it's okay to be concerned. It's okay to feel a sense of worry as long as it does not become so excessive. The question now is, how then can we manage? How then can we put worry under control? Because if you don't put it under control, it's going to be so damaging to our health. It's going to be so damaging to our emotions. It's going to be so damaging to our relationships. Because you know that when you are worried, what do? You start snapping, become impatient. You even cause harm to people around you when you should be getting help if you are self-aware that indeed your behavior or the way you are interacting with other people is not normal. How then can you manage worry when you are experiencing disturbing thoughts? That is critically important because if you are not managing worry, you are going to spoil relationships. You are going to experience a very compromised health, which is bad for you and bad for those people around you. Remember, everyone goes through a phase where thoughts become negative. However, it's about how we manage those particular thoughts that makes us better people and pleasant to interact with. Before we could get onto other ways of managing worry, the first and foremost, you need to be aware of yourself. Self-awareness underpins anything that you can try and do to manage worry. What is self-awareness? Self-awareness is knowing your patterns of behavior. Self-awareness is understanding how you usually behave when you are experiencing disturbing thoughts. The problem starts when you don't even see how your behavior is changing when you are worried. Because people around you, they will see it. However, you will not be able to see your blind spots. You will think that it's okay the way you feel. That's how you handle worry. That's how you handle situation. Though, on the other hand, it is negatively affecting other people. So, first, self-awareness. Be aware. What are your patterns of behavior? What thoughts are you experiencing? Remember what we discussed in previous videos. Thoughts are normally voluntary. They come in and they go out. They mean no harm unless you start interpreting them in a way that fuels your emotions, and your emotions in turn would affect your behavior. Be aware of those negative thoughts once you start entertaining them, once you start interpreting them to mean something else that in other instances might not even be true. So be aware of your thoughts. Be aware of your patterns of behavior. Be aware of how you come across when you are worried. That's number one. Secondly, look for people that are confident and comfortable to give you honest feedback. Ask them, how do you see me? What is it that I'm doing that makes you feel I might not be acting like a normal person or the normal way I usually behave? So getting opinion from other people, a trusted friend, a trusted family member, might help us to actually be very aware of our blind spots, because there's nothing that is really self-defeating when everyone else can see that you are acting abnormally and you yourself are not aware. Therefore, make yourself open, be honest, ask for feedback, because worry can make us do things that we are not even aware how it comes across to the other person. We have so far talked about self-awareness. What else can we do to manage our worry? We need to go back to our thoughts management. We need to go back to our cognitive behavioral therapy model. Remember what we said there? We actually said we need to first appreciate the fact that we've got no control over the circumstance. Things that happen to us, we've got no or limited control. And if we are worried about things that we don't have control over, our worry is going to torment us. We need to ask ourselves, within this particular situation, what is it that is within my control? And if there isn't anything, worrying excessively about it will not make it better. But rather, we need to say, what can I influence? Like, if you are going through a challenging time that is causing you to be worried or making you to feel more worried than normal, look in to find out. There might be pockets of areas where you can influence. What can you do? Because when you've got power over your actions, then you feel in control. When you are in control, that is going to greatly eliminate or even minimize your worry thoughts. When you become helpless, like you don't have control, this thing is beyond me, I don't even know what I can do, I'm drowning, I'm about to die, then your worry is going to trigger many negative behaviors, it's going to trigger negative emotions, it's going to trigger all the negative things that you do not really want in your life. Therefore, once you have done your self-awareness, ask yourself, is there anything I can do about the situation? Is there anything that I can do to influence? If the answer is yes, focus your energy on your circle of influence. Can you do something about it? Yes, then do it. If you've got a sense of control, you are going to feel powerful. If you become powerless, it's because you don't have control. So if you focus on things that you don't have control over, then you are going to be powerless. And your worries and your thoughts and your negative behavior are going to overcome your life. I hope this has been a useful conversation. And as I said earlier on, it's okay to have some degree of worry. The only thing that we need to be aware of is we need to see our negative thoughts. We need to be self-aware. We also need to assess and sit down to ascertain, is there anything I can do, or should I really be focusing on my circle of influence? Well, please take some time to share with me your views. What instances have you found yourself worrying so much that it actually turned to be a negative thing in your life? Leave your comment in the comment below so that we can interact and see how best we can manage this worrisome thoughts. Thank you for watching. See you again in the next video.